Hello students, welcome to MJC Learning. Standard 12, subject Information Technology for Commerce stream. Today we are learning the third part of the chapter Computerized Accounting with GST. The subtopic is Vouchers in Accounting Software. So today we will be studying about the different vouchers in the accounting softwares. So let's start. A voucher is a pre-numbered accounting document which is used for recording daily transactions. Every voucher maintains its debit and credit record. For every transaction, you can use the appropriate voucher to enter the details into the ledgers and update the financial position of the company. There are predefined voucher types for every type of transaction. An appropriate voucher type must be selected before passing an entry, as each voucher is designed to perform a specific job in the accounting softwares. What you do manually, the voucher format, that is slightly different what you have in the accounting software vouchers, but the entry is almost same. You have to follow the same rules, only the voucher type has to be classified according to your transaction. So here we have a list of voucher types in the accounting softwares, the predefined accounting voucher types. First one is receipt, then the payment, sales, purchase, contra, journal, to name a few, and other vouchers are there. So let's see one by one of them in brief. First one is the receipt voucher. By the name receipt means your company is receiving something. Okay, transactions involving the receipt of money are entered in the receipt voucher. It records all the receipts of money through cash or bank checks. So all the transactions which involve the receipt of money are entered in receipt voucher, which can be through cash or bank checks. And it also includes cash sale transaction where there is direct sale and you receive cash. Those transactions also you can put in the receipt voucher. Money received from debtors against sales, that is also recorded here in this type of voucher. When you sell on one date, sales are on credit, no direct sales. And next time when you receive money from debtors, okay, so cash account debit to debtor account, those type of transactions wherein cash is always in the debit side, or if you receive a check, name of the bank is always under the debit side, those type of transactions are entered in the receipt voucher. Second is the payment voucher. It records all the payments made through cash or bank, just opposite of this. Here there are all incomes, here there will be all expenses. So this voucher records all the payments made through cash or bank. So cash or a bank name will be always under the credit side and the opposite account will be on the debit side. It also includes cash purchase transactions, wherein you purchase and you directly pay. Those type of transactions also you can put in the payment voucher. And money paid to the creditors, wherein it's your payment. When it is your payment, your organization is paying to someone else. That time also it will go in the payment voucher. Third one is a sales voucher. It records all the entries related to sales account. Okay. It includes all credit sales transactions mostly. Cash sales we can put in the receipt voucher directly, but specifically when you are selling on credit, on the date of sale when the money is not received, those type of transactions time being you can directly enter in the sales voucher. So this will be identified as a credit sales entry. Next is purchase voucher. It records all purchase entries relating to the purchase account. It includes all credit purchase transactions also. That is when the company buys goods on credit or cash. Purchase voucher is used to record all the purchase transactions of the company. Contra voucher. This is used to transfer funds from one source to another source. This voucher will have only cash and bank accounts, either on the credit side or on the debit side. For example, when you have cash deposited in the bank account to cash account, or cash withdrawn from the bank, cash account to bank account, or cash transfers from one bank account to another bank account. All these types of transactions with cash and bank only, or cash to petty cash, all these types will be included in the contra voucher. No other account is allowed here. So this voucher will have only transfer of funds from one source to another. Journal voucher. It records all kinds of adjustment entries. It's an important voucher which is for all adjustment entries, credit purchases or credit sales, which you put in sales or purchase voucher. Those you can enter here also. Purchase of fixed asset entries, or you can say entries which are not made by other accounting vouchers, are made by this voucher. So wherein there is no cash, no bank, all those type of credit type entries you can put in the journal voucher. So when you don't classify all the above, receipt, payment, sales, purchase, contra, apart from these five vouchers, other entries, all which you come across, you can put them in the journal voucher. So these were the 6 basic types which will be classified. And the other two are sales returns or the credit note, and purchase returns or the debit note. Sales returns or the credit note is used in case of return of a part of goods by the customer. We had sold goods to a customer. That customer is returning it back. So we are getting our goods back. It is issued when there is a reduction in the price charged to a customer. Those are sales returns, and it has to be put in the credit note voucher. And purchase returns, this note is used to record goods returned to the supplier due to damage conditions. We are returning it. We had purchased, we are returning. So it is issued when there's a reduction in the price given by the supplier. So when you have return by the customer, it is sales return. And when it is returned to the supplier, it is purchase returns. So these were the 8 type of vouchers mostly which we will be dealing with in our practicals. Working of it, we will be seeing later on when we come for the practical part. Time being, you have to learn the theory. When you come across a transaction, when you are solving examples, you will be classifying that transaction and solving it in which type of voucher, that you should know first. So this, all the notes are for classification of voucher types. And the last part is posting transactions into vouchers. When there's a voucher in the accounting software classified already, how you are going to proceed step by step. Say if there's a payment entry, for example, paid salary. Salary account debit to cash. Which voucher you are going to post it? Our organization is paying salary, so it will be in the payment voucher. So when you open the payment voucher, how you are going to proceed further? Okay, that is posting transactions in the voucher. That is called as the voucher entry. So while recording a transaction through the voucher, the account is to be debited and credited along with the amount. What will come in the debit part, what will come in the credit side, that has to be identified first. We can type narration, which is optional here. We can add any number of debits and credits extra in the voucher entry depending upon the transaction. So these all points are to be followed step by step. So when you want to start entries in the vouchers, first you have to have a ledger, creation of ledger with the appropriate group or the subgroup. Salary account is not there in any accounting software, for example, which I've given now. You have to create the ledger. So salary ledger will be created under indirect expense group. So that ledger has to be created, and then you have to select the appropriate voucher type from the voucher menu. So my voucher type in my example will be payment voucher, paid salary by cash. This is the example I've given. So when you select the voucher type payment, then next step will be to enter the voucher date. Press the key, date option will be there. You will be putting the date of the transaction. Then you have to select the debit account name, which is already created here. Okay, salary account, which is that you have to select from the list. If it is not created, you can create it later on also. So here you will be all, when you have already created the ledger first, then you can just select the debit account name and enter the amount on the debit side. Then select the credit account name, cash in our example, and then enter the same amount so that both the debit and credit side tally. And then you have to enter narration. This is optional. Narration, if you want, you can enter, just type the text and save the entry. If you have two debits and one credit side, your amount will be um, more on the credit side, less on the debit. So all when you have entered one debit, automatically you will get the second debit side just to balance both the sides. So that is also adjustable. You can have two debits, two credits, three debits, any number of uh, concept, debit credit concepts on the voucher. So these are the steps for posting transactions into voucher. Save it and it will be saved and available for further reference. Later on, if you think that you have made a mistake, you can edit the voucher also. If there is the voucher entered twice, you can delete the voucher also. All those will be the further part. This is the creation part. So these were the steps for voucher entries. In any accounting software, you will follow the same steps mostly. So in the next session, we will see some examples of voucher types with their entries. Till now, we have learned ledger classification in groups and voucher types. Next session, we will see solution of exercises. Keep learning. Thank you.